Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is Series 1's wrap-up. I'm just going to run through what Series 1 had in it and a couple of afterthoughts I had after I'd done the individual reviews. So the series started with the premiums. First off the bat was Stoker's from National Tobacco Company. That is my EDD, so it was as expected. Number 2 from U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company was Copenhagen, something I keep in rotation almost all of the time. Number 3 was Grizzly Premium Straight from American Snuff Company, and that was as I expected. That's not something I keep in my mini fridge all the time. It's not bad. Number 4 was Grizzly Dark Select from American Snuff Company. That is something that I keep around, more so even than the Copenhagen Straight. I usually have a can of that sitting in the fridge. Number 5 was Skull. Skull was, I hadn't had it for a really long time. It's a little bit of I find it to be a drier, less sweet product. I do have a theory as to why that is. The theory is, and this is not fact, this is just my own opinion, is that Skoal has a pretty long history of trying to win over cigarette smokers. It started back early, maybe even late 70s. That was the original reason for Skoal Bandits. Anyway, not to get too sidetracked with it, I believe that Skoal makes a drier, less sweet product, leaning a little bit more to the bitter side. I'm not saying that it is bitter, but leaning to that side to produce less spit, basically. I think they feel that if they can eliminate spit, expelling it, they can break into metropolitan smoking markets. Just a theory, not fact by any means. Anyway, that was number 5. Skoal was the number 5 entry, and then we slipped into the second tier with Timberwolf from Pinkerton Tobacco Company. That is it's something I usually have around. If not, that's my go-to budget dip. All right. Number 7. Second one of the second tier was Red Man, also from the Pinkerton Tobacco Company. Red Man, I'm not sure. It was Timberwolf-like, but there was more of an artificialness in the background, and the cut didn't seem as good as the Timberwolf. To the point where I'm not quite sure if Red Man belongs in the second tier. It might very well belong in the third tier, and in the future you may find it placed as such. Number 8, and the last one in the second tier, was Red Seal. I had not had a lot of experience with Red Seal. That was the pleasant surprise of probably the whole list, was Red Seal. Cut was a lot shorter than I like them, but it was moist enough, the flavor was good. And although it does have a plastic lid, as did the Red Man and Timberwolf, the lid was very sturdy, and that's because it has a rim, raised rim around it. Red Seal is by U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company. That was the pleasant surprise of all 3 tiers. Number 9, and going into the third tier, was Longhorn by Pinkerton Tobacco Company. Longhorn has a bad rap, but it's really not that bad. There is an artificialness in the background. It is very similar to Red Man, but it has a much wider product range. Cut wasn't great, wasn't overly thrilled with the packaging, but that said, compared to what was coming, in retrospect, Longhorn's all right. And what is coming is the number 9 Oh, sorry, number 10 slot. From CN Smokeless Tobacco Company, LLC. And I'll also throw in the number 11, Derringer from CN Smokeless Tobacco Company, LLC. Um, they're not good. I didn't expect greatness from them, but they were worse in my worst case scenario. They were pretty bad. They had an alcohol thing going on in the background, smell and flavor. I did not like them. They are budget dips that are budgeted real low, but in my opinion, even at $1.09 for Decade, you just spend $1.09 too much. They were not good. Number 12 took us to Swisher International, to Kayak, which itself has a pretty bad rap if you look around, with the exception of their grape for some reason. I don't understand that, but Kayak, I actually thought wasn't that bad. You know, it was no frills packaging. There was no date. They didn't even make an attempt with a date code or anything. But in light of being sandwiched between Decade, Derringer, and their half-sister Klondike, Kayak really was. I didn't find it that bad. You know, mind you, I had just suffered through 2 previous reviews when I got to the Kayak, and I was actually looking forward to it at that point. If that tells you anything about Decade and Derringer, I was looking forward to Kayak. That was the number 12 spot. Now, Klondike was originally slotted for number 13, but late in the game, I decided to remove Seneca from the number 14 spot. The reason why I did that was looking over Seneca's product line. Besides the straight and the winter green, and I think there's a natural, I'm not sure, their product line is pretty. They have some one-off flavors. They just don't really fit in to the series the way I have them set up. So I decided to remove Seneca straight. At a later date, I will do a series of just Seneca products. All right, because they really don't fit anywhere else, most of them. So Klondike got bumped from 13 into the 14 spot, and we just left 13 vacant. Doesn't really exist. Sort of like a 13th floor in a skyscraper. It's just not really there. Klondike was a little bit better than Decade and Derringer. It was not good, but the alcohol presence, whatever that was they were using to cure the stuff, was a little bit toned down. The cut was a little bit more consistent. The Decade and the Derringers, their cut was, there was stems in there. It had to be. I can't understand why I was seeing what I'd be seeing in the can without the thought of stems being in there. So the Klondike was slightly better, but not by much. 15th slot saw Silver Creek, also a Swisher International product. Silver Creek was something I had always been interested in but never bought. It was an all right product. It's very much along the lines of the Kayak. The cans have a plastic lid like the Kayak with a raised rim, sort of like the Red Seal, not quite as sturdy as the Red Seal lid, but it didn't give a whole lot of play. It was an okay product in general. The series ended with a premium. That was Kodiak. I cannot get any Kodiak products in this area except for the winter green. And when I originally started the series, it was in shipment somewhere. And by the time it did get here, I was almost through the second tier. So at the end, it got slipped in as the closing one, and that was Kodiak Straight by American Snuff Company. It was good. I liked it. Probably not something I will continue to buy in orders because it cost me a fortune, but if I saw it in a store again, if I saw it in a store, I'd probably buy that again. Flavor was good. Everything was good about that. There are a couple outstanding straights that I know of, and possibly more that I do not know of. Let me know in the comments section if there's something I'm missing that I haven't mentioned. The outstanding ones are Seneca, which I just explained why that's outstanding, and Husky. Husky straight I can only buy via an online site that's a little sketchy, and also the smallest amount is a roll. And for something that I have absolutely no experience with, buying a roll was just a little bit too much, especially via the site that I was finding it on. The site was sketchy. Let me just leave it at that. Now, in the next series, Husky will be appearing, though, because I was able to buy the Winter Green from a site that I trust. So that was it. That was Series 1. As a series as a whole, I had computer problems, obviously, and also I did not get video lengths down nearly to what I wanted them. I started out okay, but it was taking too many takes to get that. I wasn't being personable. I felt it was like I was, to get it down to like 6 minutes. So I'm going to be working on that in Series 2. Series 2 is Winter Green. It is written out. Series 3 will be natural long cuts. I have some of them on hand already. Series 4 will be mint long cuts. Series 5 will be natural fine cuts, backdash / snuff. Series 6 will be tough guy, outlaw. In between these series, and starting probably later this evening before the Winter Green series begins, I will be doing chew reviews. Later tonight, I plan to do Red Man Silver Blend. All right, there will be chew reviews and one-off products that don't really quite fit anywhere. For instance, Hawken. Hawken will not be part of the Winter Green series coming up. Hawken will be a standalone product. That is because Hawken is technically a chewing tobacco. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe. Subscribers would be great. I sort of stalled out there with the computer problems, but if you could subscribe, if you've been watching the videos or watching part of them, I could use a slightly bigger core group. Well, I would like a slightly bigger core group. Hi to everyone. I did say hellos in the last video or 2 videos back to the Silver Creek, maybe? I did 2 videos last night. I can't quite remember. Bergs, hello. Dirty Pat Walsh, hello. Mr. Gravel, hello. Check out Berg's Dip reviews. Check out another one I just started watching. Berg's actually turned me on to it was Winnington Outdoors. If you want to check that out. I haven't really talked to the gentleman much, but he's been around a while, I believe. This is, I guess, his second channel, so he doesn't have a lot of subscribers. That's Winnington Outdoors, and I believe I put it under my featured channels. Also, Dirty Pat Walsh, if you're inclined musically at all, he always has something going on. He's always dipping something or playing an instrument, or, he does all kinds of stuff. Anyway, thank you very much. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&Chew Guy, and this has been the Series 1 wrap-up. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.